Imminence, whatever that means. Now, why do I put it that way? Well, people define imminence differently. Some people say imminence means Jesus could return in the next eye blink. In other words, there's nothing preventing it. Some other people say Jesus will return soon. That's what imminence means. It means soon. But there might be some things that still need to happen. Other people will say, well, it means Jesus will return unexpectedly. These are the three most common definitions of imminence that you see. Well, if you look at 1 Thessalonians 5, okay, this is the chapter after chapter 4, again, the so-called rapture passage. Now, concerning the times and season, brothers, you have no need to have anything written to you, so on and so forth. Look what happens when you colorize the pronouns. Concerning the times and seasons, brothers, Paul writing to believers, you have no need to have anything written to you. For you yourselves are fully aware that the day of the Lord will come like a thief in the night. Isn't that an interesting juxtaposition? Because day of the Lord, in the Old Testament day of the Lord, cataclysmic stuff, and here we have it linked to a thief in the night, which you would think you wouldn't know what's going on. Again, it's a little odd, the juxtaposition. You yourselves are fully aware, while people, other people out there who aren't believers, other people outside the community that I'm talking to, while people are saying, there's peace and security, then sudden destruction will come upon them as labor pains come upon a pregnant woman, and they will not escape. But you are not in darkness, brothers, for that day to surprise you like a thief. You won't be surprised. For you are all children of light, children of the day. We are not of the night or of the darkness. So then let us not sleep as others do, but let us keep awake and be sober. Now here's the point. You go back to these definitions of imminence, how would you apply them to 1 Thessalonians 5? Well, the reality is that anything that smacks of a sign in the New Testament, heavenly portents, celestial things happening, the appearance of the Antichrist, Jesus even said, things like about even what's going to happen to some of the disciples, again, talking about his coming and how do we handle that now that we're dealing with a distant future, all this kind of stuff. Signs are relegated to the second coming only if you presume a rapture when you read 1 Thessalonians 5. If you don't, then you have no problem with things appearing before the actual return. In other words, these are decisions you make. I'm not saying any one of them is bad. What I want you to see here is that a lot of what you believe about prophecy, you believe not because it's just so plain from the Bible. You believe it because you're filtering it through things you've read, your experience, the exposure you've had to certain things. As you study, you develop presuppositions, presumptions, inclinations to look at things a certain way. It's just a natural human thing. I don't know which is right. I don't know if we should split or join, again, because there's no instruction manual. Okay? I'm not inspired, so I'm not going to tell you. I can't do that. What I want you to realize is that a lot of this stuff is really here. It's decision-oriented. It's about presuppositions. It's about thoughts you bring to the text when you read it that is going to inform and guide the way you think about it. And someone else will bring another set of thoughts to the same text and come out totally different. And this is why, because there are ambiguities going on in the text.